Most people think crisis management in government means responding after something goes wrong. That's incomplete. Crisis management means preparing for serious threats, making fast decisions under pressure, coordinating institutions, communicating with the public, protecting essential services, and helping society recover. In simple words, it asks, can the government still function when normal systems begin to fail? Imagine a major flood affecting several cities. Roads are blocked, homes are damaged, hospitals are overcrowded, electricity and communication systems may fail. Thousands of people need food, shelter, medicine, and evacuation. The government cannot simply release statements. It must identify dangerous areas, deploy emergency teams, coordinate hospitals, arrange shelters, distribute supplies, restore infrastructure, and communicate accurate information. A delayed decision can cost lives. A confused order can waste resources, and poor communication can create panic faster than the crisis itself. We also use crisis management in everyday life. Imagine a restaurant loses electricity during its busiest hour. Orders stop appearing, refrigerators begin warming up, customers become frustrated, and staff do not know what to do. A good manager checks the problem, protects the food, communicates with customers, switches to a manual system, contacts maintenance, and decides whether operations can continue safely. That is crisis management. The goal is not to pretend everything is normal. The goal is to reduce damage, protect people, and restore operations quickly. Government crisis management usually has 5 stages. The first is prevention. Governments identify risks and try to reduce them through stronger infrastructure, cybersecurity, regulations, drainage systems, and disease monitoring. The second is preparedness. This includes emergency plans, staff training, drills, stored supplies, clear responsibilities, and backup communication systems. The third is response. During the emergency, governments must make rapid decisions, deploy resources, protect lives, and maintain essential services. The fourth is recovery. After the immediate danger passes, the government rebuilds infrastructure, supports affected communities, restores the economy, and helps people return to normal life. The final stage is learning. The government must examine what worked, what failed, and what must change before the next crisis. But here's the catch. Governments often prepare for the last crisis instead of the next one. After a flood, they focus on flood protection. After a cyber attack, they focus on cybersecurity. But the next crisis may be a pandemic, financial collapse, food shortage, energy failure, terrorist attack, or communications breakdown. Strong crisis management is not about predicting every event. It is about building institutions that can adapt when unexpected events happen. Coordination is also critical. During a crisis, national government, local councils, police, hospitals, military, fire services, charities, utility companies, and businesses may all be involved. If they work separately, the response becomes slow and chaotic. That is why governments need a clear command structure. Everyone must know who has authority, where information should go, and how resources will be distributed. Communication is equally important. People want to know what happened, who is at risk, where should they go, what should they do next. If the government communicates slowly or dishonestly, rumors and false information will fill the gap. Good crisis communication must be fast, accurate, consistent, and honest. Authorities should explain what they know, what they do not know, what actions are being taken, and when the next update will come. But here is the brutal truth. A crisis does not always create government failure. Sometimes it exposes failure that was already there. A flood may reveal weak infrastructure. A pandemic may expose an underfunded healthcare system. A cyber attack may reveal outdated technology. A crisis acts like a stress test. It shows whether institutions are genuinely capable or only appear organized during normal conditions. Leadership also matters. Strong leaders remain calm, listen to experts, assign responsibilities, communicate honestly, and change direction when new evidence appears. Weak leaders deny problems, hide information, blame others, or focus more on protecting their reputation than protecting citizens. However, speed alone is not enough. Fast decisions can still be wrong. Governments may distribute resources unfairly, ignore vulnerable groups, or misuse emergency powers. That is why crisis management must balance urgency with accountability. A crisis also affects people differently. Poor communities may live in more dangerous areas. Older people may struggle to evacuate, People with disabilities may not receive accessible information. Daily wage workers may lose income immediately. Rural communities may receive help later than major cities. So crisis response should not be judged only by speed. It should also be judged by who was protected and who was left behind. After the crisis, an honest review is essential. Were warnings ignored? Did agencies coordinate properly? Were supplies available? Was communication effective? Did corruption affect relief efforts? Which communities received help too slowly? These questions may be uncomfortable, but ignoring them guarantees that the same failures will happen again. A crisis that teaches nothing becomes a wasted tragedy. So crisis management in government is not simply about reacting to disasters. It is about preparation, coordination, leadership, communication, recovery, accountability, and learning. A government may look organized during normal times. The real test comes when systems are disrupted, information is incomplete, resources are limited, and every decision has serious consequences. At the Learning Studio, we will understand crisis management as the ultimate test of government capacity, because the real questions are not only, did the government respond, but was it prepared? Did institutions work together? Were vulnerable people protected? Was information communicated honestly? And did the government learn enough to handle the next crisis better?